Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new series on the channel. Welcome to a FIFA 21 career mode video. I am excited, I am ready, and I hope you guys are as well. This should be a fun and entertaining series. We have Club America in the Liga MX ready to go, ready to kick things off, and hopefully we can crown ourselves champions, and hopefully we can get the job done. Alrighty then, without further ado, let's jump into the series. As you guys can see, we're on FIFA 21, we're on the menus, we're in already. Let me tell you guys just a little bit of tweaks that I have made for this series. Now, as you guys may be well aware, America unfortunately in this career mode did not have that much money, and seeing how we're in the Liga MX and seeing as how EA yet again have let us down and are making it almost impossible for us to sign players, well, I've gone in and added a little bit of a financial boost so that we are able to get some good quality players as long as we pay their release clauses, which hopefully won't be too high. Alrighty then, well, let me jump into it and let me show you guys the office. Here you guys can go. This is our transfer budget, 63.73 million, and we have a nice little wage budget to work with as well. Gave myself like a little bit of extra, like 50 million more. I hope you guys are okay with that. The reason why I did it is because, of course, like I mentioned, we didn't have that much money in the bank, and then on top of that, we didn't really have that much options to sign players, since again EA have kind of screwed us over here over on the Liga MX side and making it almost impossible to sign players. So unfortunately that is the case to go. I could have gone with more. I didn't. I thought, you know what, 50 should be good. It could help us maybe bring in 3-4 good players that we potentially could need, and we'll get to that in just a second as I will show you guys my squad. But let me show you guys what the objective is for this season. All right, the board definitely wants us to, in 2 seasons in the Clausura, become champions, reach the playoff, and then become playoff champions in the Apertura. So youth development is going to be a medium priority. We have to sign 1 player of a youth academy in that defender position, which I am definitely going to do so. We're trying to find the next Edson Alvarez, I guess the Diego Reyes when he was in America. I don't know. I guess he kind of just went a little bit flat after that, but we're gonna try to make and recreate and make hopefully an even better player than, I don't know, Rafa Marquez. Is that a hot take? Probably is, but we're definitely gonna sign someone into our team from the youth academy, and hopefully they will pay dividends. And then of course sign at least 3 players younger than 20 years old with a potential greater than the average of the overall rating of players currently in that position. So that shouldn't be too hard, because we're definitely going to be needing some reinforcement, and hopefully some of that reinforcement comes from our youth academy. And then of course brand exposure is high priority. Get a streak of 15 games with at least 1 goal scored in each one of those in that season, of course. And then we need to sign 1 veteran player, which we probably will do this episode, hopefully, fingers crossed, and I'll show you guys who that player is. Financially, it's very low. Make 2.7 million, excuse me. 2.7 thousand would be too easy. Profit from youth player sales within 2 seasons. That should be no brainer. Should be easy. And then domestic success, critical, of course, right? We're America. We need to be winning every season possible. So that's going to be the objective. We got to become playoff champions in the Apertura, aka the Guardianes 2020 this season. And then the Clausura, they want us to just reach the final. Don't necessarily need to win it, but as long as you reach the final, we have met the objective. And then of course the long-term goal is become Clausura champions within 2 seasons. So we'll see how that ends up going for us. And continental success, apparently it's critical, yet there is no competition for us. So thanks, EA. I don't really know, but there it is. Continental success. No objectives, but it's apparently a very crucial priority. So what can you do, right? I mean, it would be nice if Liga MX was in the Copa Libertadores, so this could sort itself out, but then again, I guess it would be nice if EA added the CONCACAF Champions League. But I mean, let's face it, we all know where we'd rather be playing at. Which actually brings me to a funny point. Over on Twitter, before I started this series, I asked a couple of you guys to help me out in defining how this Liga MX career mode was going to go about with Club America. I asked if I should stay in Liga MX and kind of just battle it out and try to see if I can sign players and see what I can get, or if I could potentially move some of these Liga MX teams over to a South American league like the Brazilian one, and maybe compete in the Libertadores as well. I mean, the only bad thing about that was that only 14 teams could make it. So 4 teams would have been left behind from the Liga MX, which, I mean, I didn't really mind, but at the same time, I thought that wouldn't be the most authentic Liga MX feeling, whilst we would have been playing Copa Libertadores and everything like that. But, you know, it's like, well, how do you drop these teams, and would it be fair and all that stuff? But you guys did come back, and thank you to all of you guys who voted. And it was a close one. It was definitely a close one, but at the end, Liga MX staying in this competition, staying in this league, and kind of battling it out was kind of the ultimate thing that you guys wanted to see. So we're gonna stick with that, and we're definitely gonna go through it and all that good stuff. But alrighty then, let me show you guys my squad. And as you guys can see from the beginning, this is the formation I want to go with. I want to go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. It's going to pay dividends for us. I know it is. Unfortunately, it does mean Viñas and Henry are going to be rotating, but let's get into the squad itself. So, I know you guys seen right away, Ochoa's an 83 rated. I know, and I'm just going to address it right now. I went and edited his stats because A, I'm an Ochoa fan. B, he deserves it. And C, here's the definite proof of why he deserves to be an 83 rated. And then moving on from that, we have our defense back line, which we know we need to get a better center back than Manuel Aguilera. We need to get a better left back other than Reyes and Fuentes. And then, of course, I know a couple of you guys are eyeing this and saying, I don't know if I really like Cordoba out wide. I don't really like it either. He's going to be battling it out with Giovanni Dos Santos for that cam spot. But at the moment, he does fill that spot up. Just for right now, he is our highest rated left midfielder. So we'll see. Cáceres, of course, on loan. Sanchez, which is of course looking like a very, very good player. Leo Suarez on the right, which I would prefer him on the left. We might have to do some development plan. As you guys know, that's a new thing here on FIFA 21. We might have to move him out to the left. We might have to bring some reinforcements. We'll wait and see. But he does look like a very promising player. Like I mentioned, Gio in the cam spot and Federico Maraviñas up top. And then you guys can see some of the bench options that we have. But one thing I do want to add is that we're going to get rid of some players. We're definitely going to get some of these youngsters loaned out, and we're going to definitely try to bring in as much talent as we can. I'm hoping for 4 signings this season. I think that's enough. I'm definitely looking at a center back. I'm definitely looking at a left back, 1 winger for sure, and maybe, just maybe, a center midfielder or a potential another winger. We'll have to wait and see. But let's move on into our potential transfer targets. So let's move on over to our transfer hub. And here you guys can see, sorting it out by the positions, these are the players that I'm trying to go for this season. At the beginning of the episode, I said we needed to sign a veteran player, and we definitely need someone in defense, and someone who I think could do a job for us in this season, maybe even 2 seasons, is Hector Moreno. He would cost us about 6 to almost 7 million, which I don't think that is absurd for him. Quality talent, brings checks off that list of, you know, bringing in a veteran player. And I don't know, obviously heavily rumored with America, was so close to coming this season after the unfortunate injury of Bruno Valdez. So it would be something that would be very, very viable. All right, moving on to the left back position. This Spaniard really has captured my attention. It is Adria Pedrosa. So this left back can potentially also play left wing back. Looks like a very, very good young player to get from Spain, Espanyol in the second division. We might have to pay his release clause, which is why I kind of gave us that budget, because I knew that unfortunately we were gonna have to end up paying these big prices. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they just let us negotiate with Espanyol and we can get something out of there. Moving on into the center defensive mid spot. I might want to bring in someone that could fill that Guido Rodriguez role. We know that Santi unfortunately hasn't been that for us. And of course, he is going to go back to Villarreal at the end of the season. So we definitely need someone like Roca to come in and potentially fill that Guido Rodriguez gap. His release cost, again, really high. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Espanyol lets us negotiate with them. And moving on to yet another Espanyol player. Seems like we're just trying to get most of this Espanyol team is a winger, and who can also play cam, which I think would be very, very good to try to, you know, build a little bit of internal competition, is Oscar Belendo, 22 years old, Spaniard, who again, I'm really, really hoping that he could be someone that we can negotiate for. Moving on again into the center mid spot, Hector Herrera, Mexican, really good, high rated. Fortunately, the team will not sell, but look at that release cost. That would eat most of our transfer budget. But I mean, it's Ache. We would get a quality player, and unfortunately for him at the moment in Atletico Madrid, it doesn't look like he's much of a priority. I know they just signed Torreira over from Arsenal, so that's even more of a competition for the Mexican. So maybe it's time for him to come back to Mexico and play for the biggest club in North America. So just putting that out there potentially. Let me know what you guys think about Ache. Should we just splash the cash? You guys let me know. And then looking at our winger options, is someone that I think a lot of people would agree that would be a possibility. You know, Brian Lozano. Unfortunately, right now he is injured in the real life, but he looks like a very good player. Uruguayan, that connection with Viñas I think would be great. And of course, we know that he played with America. Unfortunately, didn't shine the way he has with Santos, but I do think that he would be a very, very interesting option to get. So he is one player that I'm definitely looking out for. And then we have a couple of wingers right here that I think look absolutely just amazing. So let's start off with Santiago Rodriguez, this Uruguayan. I mean, just amazing talent, and he definitely has a high potential. Someone that I'm really, really hoping that we can negotiate for. Same goes for Brian Ocampo. Doesn't have that high of a potential, but again, a really, really good player that would come in and really put in a good shift for us. And then a player that I would really, really want to sign is Diego Rossi from LAFC. I mean, if you guys didn't see what he did to Leon in the CONCACAF Champions League, I mean, he completely teared them apart, and he's someone that I definitely want to bring to America. Of course, the only way to get him would be to pay that ridiculous release cost of almost 20 million. And then this man right here, who I think might be the better option than Rossi, because of course he has a better potential, Matias Vargas. I mean, the guy looks like a monster. Release cost isn't as high as Rossi, still pretty high, but again, a very, very good, interesting winger, and another Espanyol player actually. So we'll see what happens in that. But that is for now my transfer list, my wish list. Let's see how many of those we end up getting, and let me know in the comment section down below. What players would you guys want me to sign, not just this transfer window, but maybe potentially keep an eye out for in the upcoming transfer windows? Maybe someone whose contract is about to expire at the end of the season. Maybe we can get them on a pre-contract and just kind of roll with that. Remember, we're very limited with what signings we can get at the end of the day. EA, unfortunately, have done that for Liga MX, which, again, I don't know why. I don't get it. It's a video game at the end of the day, and it's for us to have fun, and unfortunately, FIFA has handicapped us. Let's move on into the training day. As you guys know, this is all new for FIFA. I'm gonna play the drills, and then afterwards I'll show you guys the end results, and then hopefully we can jump in straight into our first preseason match and get some gameplay going for you guys, and hopefully by then get some scouting reports and see if we could get some potential new players in an America jersey. So I'll be right back, guys. Alrighty then, well, we're back As you guys can see, it's another training day done, off the books. Then we have a little rest day, and now we have our first friendly in the North American All-Star Trophy. Of course, I wanted to get this competition going just to get some minutes under some of these players' belts. We could rotate, give some of these youngsters a chance, and hopefully get a good eye. Let's see what our player chat is all about. Bruno Valdez said, "Greeting, boss, on my behalf. I just wanted to welcome you to Club America." Says, "Good to meet you as well." Roman thinks that he needs to loan. We agree. Scosa says he's glad I put him on sale. Glad we agree. And then Manuel Aguilera also happy that I'm gonna put him on sale. Alrighty then. Let's jump into our first match of this career mode. It is a friendly, but let's see how it goes. Match day sim, quick sim. Of course, we have the option to do the whole sim match, which we will do in the next game. In this game, I want to get some gameplay going for you guys. Oh, well, I tried to put team management, but I guess it didn't pan out. Looks like we're gonna be doing this quick sim. Let's see how this pans out. Well, that's a great start for America already. Yeah, let's see how this goes for us. 5 minutes in, and whoop, we got a good opportunity here by Gio, who gets himself a goal, and Giovanni Dos Santos putting it away in the preseason match. Not bad at all. Hopefully you guys are excited. I know I am. I'm ready to get it going. I'm ready to. Oh, Ochoa with a good save right there. I'm ready to kick things off, and hopefully, oh, another great save by Romo. And as I'm trying to say something, it looks like we're just being constantly pressured on the attack, and oh, that one just whiskered wide. Look, a great run. Okay, I was hoping they would find Leo. They do now. Give it back to him. No, they give it back to Richard. Leo. Whoa, oh man. Oh, Viñas. Oh, and then Viñas converts. It's a 2-goal cushion for us. Maraviñas doing what he does oh so well. And we have a 2-goal cushion here. You'd expect with the formation and with the players I put out there that they would end up getting this result. Like I mentioned, this is a kind of interesting thing and really good thing that EA brought into the game. It should be fun. Hopefully, we're going to definitely use it a lot during this series. The way I want to move it in regards to the regular season, I want to do each episode about a month's time. So each episode will be 1 month period, meaning that, oh, we just scored another goal. Richard Sanchez, El Cachorro, putting us up against Guarani 3-0 in the 90th minute. Final scoreboard is what you guys see on your screens, and a pretty good job by the boys. So, like I mentioned, I want to incorporate this sim a little bit more into the series whenever we do head into the regular season for America. And then obviously I want to do a month's period where we play 3 games in that month, and then of course sim the rest. And maybe we could do like 2 quick sims and 1 actual sim like we just saw right now, because I know if we do like the 3 like that, I would be very tempted to just jump in and try to get a result. So I want to make this as challenging as possible, and well, we'll have to wait and see. But let's go into our office. We got a couple emails. Brian Lozano's final scout has come in, and there's been interest shown by Fiorentina. So we need to move and act quickly. Fortunately, that is something we don't have much time with. Fiorentina, it's ongoing. They've offered about 8.2 million. I will say this though. We could go in for Brian Lozano right now. And, you know, he's 76 rated. He would be the best left mid that we have at the club. Although I'm tempted with Vargas as well. I mean, if we lose Brian Huevo Lozano, I don't think it would be the end of the world. We have plenty other options, much more expensive options, yes, granted, but very good options nonetheless. So I might just let Fiorentina take him. So we'll see. But we will try to get our first signing of this video in. I'm going to approach to try to buy Hector Moreno, try to bring in that veteran center back, and well, we'll see what comes of this. Try to negotiate something here. All right, so I mean, we could try to offer Aguilera, but I think we might as well just try to get some money off of him. So let's offer exactly what he's worth, and we'll submit it. Fingers crossed that they accept it. And they do. They say that's perfect. We'll get him for a pretty good value, I would say. Now it's just time to negotiate with Hector Moreno, try to get him to come to Las Águilas del América. So here he is with his agent. And let's see, he wants to have a crucial role. Consider that accepted. Definitely going to be our best center back. Like I mentioned, adding a lot of depth and experience. Once 1 year, but we're going to counter that. We want him for 2 years. Definitely going to go with that. Does not want a release clause. Wouldn't expect it for someone his age. And wow, he wants some pretty high wages. Wonder if we can lower that, but you know what? You know what? I think we're just going to accept it. We're going to accept the wages. Hopefully we can get some of these other players off our books. But ladies and gentlemen, we have our first signing of the season. It is Hector Moreno coming to Las Águilas del América. So we're going to move on in here to our next game. And we're just going to quickly sim this. Alrighty, here you guys can see these are the adjustments I'm gonna make. We're gonna give a couple of game minutes to some of these players. Actually, Viñas just played. We'll give Henry the go ahead, and we'll quick sim this match. Hopefully the boys can get the job done, and then we'll move on into our third and final match of this series, and we'll actually play that game. As you guys can see, we ended up getting quite the not so great result, as we ended up losing that one, but we'll see what we can pull off against Nashville FC, and fingers crossed that we can get hopefully a good result. So I'll see you guys on the pitch right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're in Vancouver for this one. Hopefully a fun game, hopefully some good gameplay to kind of close out the episode, and hopefully you guys have liked the series so far, and we'll have to wait and see whether or not we can pull away with a win and continue with this North American All-Star Trophy. But Leo doing well to find Viñas finding Leo dropping it off for George almost, unfortunately, can't get through, but oh, they give him the ball, and George, oof, unfortunately cannot find Federico Viñas. You guys can see the fans have come in big numbers. And look at this, Viñas all alone. No one picked him up. Leo Suarez with a beautiful inch-perfect ball into Federico Viñas. And Mara Viñas does so well to put that ball in the back of the net. There you guys see it. Get pretty high. The guy at the first post should have done a lot better than that, but hey, what more do you expect from Nashville? Look at that. He's gonna want that back. We're up 1-0. There you guys can see. Excited. Very excited again in the preseason match, but hopefully we can keep going and cement ourselves another lead. Nashville on the attack now. Pretty good ball forward. Akam. I think George has him pretty checked. This is number 10. I can't believe I just gave him a goal side, and oh my goodness, he just rocket shot that across goal, and well, you guys saw the impact that it had. We were trying to force that ball, but we got to play better. Got to play much better in defense. Let's see. Hector Moreno. Can he get a counter going for us? Maybe. Sergio Diaz. Sergio. Oh, just a little bit too much on there, but he might still find something here for Viñas. Goalkeeper collects very well there. And that might just take us into the first half. Okay, so I'm making a formation change. We're doing the 4-4-2, and I think I'm gonna take off Cáceres so he gets a bit of a rest. We're gonna put Emilio Sanchez, who I guess doesn't really like that position. Gonna move him to a left center mid. Maybe even, could we move him to a cam spot? Nah, we'll leave him there. And I guess we just have to do some player developments in the next episode. Let me know who you guys want to be moved to what positions. And I know most of you might want Cordoba out in the cam spot. I do as well, but first, let's bring in a winger. So let's get started with the second half against Nashville. And let's see what we're able to conjure up and hopefully score a little bit more goals. All right, Viñas. Leo. Sergio. Emilio Sanchez. Oh, crossbar. And then the header. And it's in. Sergio Diaz has scored in an America jersey. The youngster on loan from Real Madrid Castilla, well, technically Real Madrid themselves, has put us on top after a great play. Emilio hitting the crossbar. And then look at that. Sergio Diaz putting the ball in the back of the net with a header. Not really known for his heading, but he's able to put this on target. And, well, we lead by 2-0 against Nashville. Let's see what we're able to make of this lead. Paolo, Emilio. Viñas, shot straight to the goalkeeper. Oh, look at this good counter by Nashville. Will they get Ochoa to work some of his magic? Let's try to close something down. Moreno doing well, and Ochoa collects that easily. And drop it down for Bruno. I'll say this much though. For his first game, unofficial competitive game, but for his first game in an America jersey, Hector is looking very, very good. Emilio now has to go wide, unfortunately. Buck finds who? Sergio Diaz. But oh, again. Nashville here. Hector doing well. Sergio finding Gio. Gio doing well. Maravillas! And it's 3-0. America looking very, very well against, we have to say it, a very poor Nashville side. 3 goals to the good, 2 for Viñas. This will only boast well for our team's confidence. Good stuff from us. Very good job from Gio as well. There you guys have it. Maravillas, 73rd minute of the match. Looking good so far in an America jersey. And oh my goodness, the space that just Hector Moreno has given up here. Oh my goodness. And he's coming back and yelling at his defense. Well, unfortunately, we don't get to keep the clean sheet, but gotta say, good finish here by the Nashville players. And, well, they get one back after what should have been a reasonably easy game for us to keep a clean sheet in. I think we had some really good, solid plays. Hector Moreno looked really good on the day, even though we had that little blunder of a mistake. Well, we might still have another one here. Paolo Aguilar unable to clear the ball properly. Does so there. Nico Castillo wins it, but the referee blows the whistle at the end. It is America who take the lead in this one and win it all. 3 points for us, and like I mentioned, couldn't be happier with our performance. Maravinas, of course, gets all the glory. 3 shots on target, 2 goals. What more do you expect from the man himself? So, good stuff from us, and just move on into, hopefully, the next stage of this tournament. So, we are into the next round. We're going to be playing against Quito in the semifinals of the North American All-Star Trophy. Before we end this video, you guys can see we got a little bit of a transfer budget boost. Not a lot, but something to go by. I do want to go and check our transfers and see if anything has come back. Unfortunately, nothing has. But we'll wait for the rest of the emails to come back. And yeah, let me know what you guys think so far about the series. Are you guys excited? We're really literally just 1 week away from the start of the Liga MX. There you guys can see Puebla is going to be our first match. Then we're going to be going up against Pumas in the Clásico Capitulino. Interesting that we get it so fast right away. But notably, we will be playing the Clásico Nacional in September on a Wednesday, which again is the weirdest date to play a Clásico, and then 2 days later we have Monterrey. So, I mean, I don't know what EA is thinking. I mean, yeah, Mexico has jornada doble, but never in a million years would America be playing Chivas in the regular season on a Wednesday. But yeah, I guess that's just what we live by here on FIFA, unfortunately. But let me know in the comment section down below. Hopefully you guys have liked it. If you guys have, make sure you subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and make sure you guys hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of the series so far? What transfer should I make, not only from my shortlist, but what you guys have suggested as well? So please let me know. I will be reading them, and I will see you guys next time in the video. Take care, and as always, arriba la América.